Hello everyone. Welcome to Anno 1800. This is a Let's Play. My name is Bytas Raktai, and today I'm going to start a new series in this game, Anno 1800. I've been a very big fan of the Anno series since I was a kid. I did play Anno 1602. I recently also played Anno 1404, which is absolutely beautiful. And in the past week I've been exploring Anno 1800. And what I would like to do with you guys is start a new game, choose the sandbox mode to be able to explore Anno 1800 freely and actually get into a Let's Play series. We're gonna use less guidance because I already have explored the game a little bit. I will select this person right here as my character. Or yeah, actually that's good. And I will select which will I choose as my favorite. Let's go with the kitty. I will play as a kitty on my banner. So let's go. I will actually be called Bytas Raktai, which is my gaming alias, and we're gonna enable all the possible DLC that we have purchased so far, which is all of it actually. I'm quite weak when it comes to saying no to downloadable content, so we're gonna enjoy all of it. Although I must say we will set certain goals and we will ignore some of the DLC in the very beginning, so that we can enjoy a very consistent gameplay mechanic. And we're going to go into custom settings because we actually want to play a bit more advanced while keeping the starting world size as large, having a large island, and having fertility that's actually quite good. So I'm kind of a city builder, so I like these kind of things. I'm going to play with these persons here as my adversaries, so they're all advanced, not the most difficult but also not the easy ones. And I'm particularly playing with Dr. Hugo Mercier because he's an anarchist and I want to explore a bit what that means to me, what new game mechanics he can offer us. I'm gonna play with all the factions enabled, and here I have chosen for medium income. No construction cost refunds when we destroy something, so we're gonna have to be careful. And we're also gonna play with building relocation enabled, but that we can pay coins, need to pay coins when we do that. The city incidents are a medium. We have normal quest frequency, and our influence is also a bit lower than on the normal settings. I've never gotten to skyscrapers, but we're putting that upkeep on medium, and we're gonna play with this flagship, no starting harbor, and starting capital will be medium. We're just gonna play as is, no special conditions, and we're actually gonna get into it. So here we go then. One thing I really like about Anno 1800 is also the very nice artwork when you're loading. When you're playing a bit longer and you have large cities, the loading screens are very long, which I actually don't like that much, and then it's nice to have something to look at. But for these new games, we're actually already ready to go. So let's set a sail and let's straight away start sailing, so we can see where we're going. I see here the yellow player is going the other way, which is nice. We don't want to get in each other's way. And I'm going to go to this side of the map right here. I see the blue player as well. He's going downwards. And I see here actually a pretty nice island already. Would we want to take this one? This one has pretty amazing stats, to be honest. It has the starting 2 fertilities, it has iron, it has coal, but we're also gonna have a look at this one, because this one even has even more. It has the starting 3 fertilities. It does not have coal, but it has copper and it has more oil, so I think that is a better idea to settle.
A competitor raised a
And
settlement.
we're going to go to this side here and settle it from this side. No, we're not. We're gonna go up here and settle it here. I think that's the best idea. So this side is gonna be our side to settle, and then we have a very large island with quite good mines, a lot of brick as well, which helps us to scale quickly. And this will be our new home. I'm hoping I will be on time, so that nobody else can steal it from me. And I think Arthur Gasparov might be going for this island right here, so we will be neighbors. Alright. So, we're gonna put it right in smack in the middle.
One glimpse of my cityscapes will
And we're
tell you
gonna
all you need
build
to
it right here. So this is where we settle. I'm gonna take my ship and I'm actually going to explore all sides of the map, because it's important to know where you are. And in the meantime, we will start building. So indeed, Arthur is right here. If we open the diplomacy screen, we can also interact with them. I'm going to flatter him a little bit to make him my friend. I'm not gonna give a gift just yet, because money is important. And I'm going to do the same thing for the doctor. This is a good way to help you do things. Oh, this is perfect actually. We are right here is one island, and if we go across, we have a second island that has the red pepper fertility. So what I want to do is I want to be very, very quick and be able to settle this as one of the first persons. But in the meantime, it's time to start building something. I will go to blueprint mode on, because this helps me a lot in planning my city ahead of time and making good decisions. And I will start by planning for my lumber yards. So I'm gonna build 4 of them like this.
Ship under attack.
Ooh, I have found Anna Harlow, and she doesn't really like me that much, so I need to get away from here before she sinks my ship. And I see that there is another island right here. So that's 3 islands very close to each other. I will go to check the other side of the map, because I do not like that she is so close to me. Let's get back to building. I will build 4 lumber yards and 4 sawmills. And I'll make sure they are connected to my warehouse. There we go. And of course, to be able to do something, it needs to be connected to this area right here. And the most important thing is actually to build this thing here and update just one of them, so you're sure you have enough wood. Because we are also going to build here a marketplace that we can start to plan some houses next to. I like to work in squares like this. It's nice and beautiful later on when you actually get to investors or engineers. And that's the start of our settlement actually, so it's very nice to see. We have some houses, the farmers are coming into this. And they are the start of our great civilization. I will use the copy tool here, because that will help me a lot to plan a bit ahead how my city will look like. So I want to plan a bit like this. Some of these areas.
What you say your name was?
Ah, and I have also found the yellow player, which is good. I will go into diplomacy and also flatter him a little bit to see if that works. There we go. Ah, that didn't work so well. It's important to keep these guys happy, else they will probably attack me, and that's not something I want to see happen. So, one thing I will also do is upgrade all of the other lumber yards here, so we can make a very quick progress on building a bigger and bigger settlement. And when it comes to building or scaling, the very beginning is actually quite boring, because you're really waiting for wood quite a lot of the time. But I guess it is what it is. You cannot have everything. And the one thing that really bugs me a bit is, of course, that she is so close to me. So it will be important to keep her happy, or make her happy rather, so we are not in a war situation with her.
Vengeful, vicious. Yeah, sounds like me.
We do not have that much money, so else I would be giving gifts to help her like me. But that's not for now just yet. So we are growing in workforce, and I will actually fast forward a little bit to help us go quicker in that regard. Because it's here the workforce that needs to upgrade. Sir Archibald is right there, which is good. We will need him later to buy stuff, and actually let's already do that right now, because having more wood is actually a very good idea. And while we're waiting, we can also accept the quest here. It will give us some coins and some reputation, which in this case is quite important. So he is asking for us to deliver him fish, 15 tons, which of course we first need to start taking out of the sea. That's something we can do like this. But we of course need to have sufficient farmers to actually start fishing. And we have 27 too few at the moment, so we need to start filling our area here. And in the meantime, let's trade with him. The 15 wood will actually help us quite a bit. And then we're gonna go back to our town with that wood. And we will continue to upgrade our houses.
We need more farm hands.
So there's 21 too short. And I guess they're not moving in just yet, because they're waiting for the fish to arrive. So I'm actually going to pause 2 of those to relieve that issue a little bit. There we go. And now we're just waiting for more and more wood.
Wake me up when you're ready.
You reached a new milestone.
There we go. So now we have 3 fisheries, and that should help us to get 15 of any food supply for 7 minutes. So actually we don't need to deliver it to him. That's good. We just need to show that we can fish more fish than we actually are eating. So are we doing that? To see that, we can actually use here the statistics screen. So if we press this button, we'll go into the production area and we will see how many of each one we are producing per minute more than is requested. So 16 wood per minute, 5 fishes per minute, so that should actually help us. That's looking good. We need 1, we're producing 6. And of course the next thing will be workloads and schnapps. But with the fisheries that we have right now, we should actually be able to fulfill the needs of that yellow person. Of course we're gonna build some more farmers, so that will not play into that advantage.
Flagship
But
ready
it
for
is
order.
very important to actually scale quickly. The wood will just
On our way.
use all of that wood for upgrading our farmers' residences. Because having more people gives us more money and helps us to grow quicker. So we have sufficient workforce, and that actually means that we can go look into the next thing. And the next thing that we want to do is build sheep farms and create work clothes. Framework knitters. Exactly. So we're going to expand a road here. Oh, that's good. And then let's build some of those here. And we're actually gonna think a little bit ahead of time, because these sheep farms later on can increase the way they work by having silos. So we're gonna leave a little bit of space to enable that. And we're gonna then make another one that's right here and has the following. No, this doesn't seem right. There we go. Okay, and then we do one more. Yeah. So this is the kind of thing that we want to copy paste now. I will use the empty slot right here to build another warehouse. And that warehouse will be placed here. So this person can start producing. And then we're also going to update the other two. And we're going to copy paste them. The copy paste tool is massively nice because it helps you quite a lot in creating scalable models that you then can use in the future. So we now have all of these. Actually, I might want to remove these again. And that's why this blueprint mode is so nice, because the blueprint mode really helps you also to first build and then be able to update your buildings the way you want them to look before they actually cost money. So I'm gonna double up on this here, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 of them. So that means that I should also be making 12 of those knitters. So that's 2, 6. And should I build them here? Maybe. Efficient use of space is also something that's not so important in the beginning. So what we have done now is we have here scaled this entire thing. And we are ready to upgrade it so we can make workloads. We're gonna use the upgrade button to upgrade 3 of them, and that should be sufficient for now. This one is actually sometimes overused, but that's fine for me. There we go. More farmers. So what else do farmers need? They're looking quite happy. There's a quest here. Oh, and there's a bear running through the town and through the buildings. which is a bit surprising, but that's fine. So these guys
Nothing good to say.
need work clothes, which we have been working on, and then we should be able to make them into workers. We're gonna add a pup here as well to make them happier. And we should also be looking into potato fields, because potato fields will help us to make them more happy and pay more taxes. To enable potato fields, I will put a warehouse here. And then I will build out here some potato fields and distilleries. So I will be right back. So what I've done now is I've created a layout that I've copied with some potato fields and a schnapps distillery right next to it. So that helps me to
Perhaps you should rinse out your mouth.
create schnapps straight away. They should not bring it to the warehouse first. They are just going to go from this person to here and then to the warehouse. And that's of course quite neat. So now we should have a start to produce these needs for our people. And hopefully make them happy.
Please, couldn't mug me out, could
I'm
ya?
doing good on this quest because I have 40 of that food. But I should be making more workforces here because I'm actually running out of hands. And that's not something I will be able to sustain for quite some long time. I'm going to copy paste parts of my city. And I'm going to upgrade some of it to help us grow faster. So there's a quest.
Something to put before a townsperson.
Okay.
Fancy making hay while
I
the
will
sun
help you.
shines, master?
They are looking for some cows, which we should find and collect in the city. And I really like these small quests quite a lot because it actually helps you to look a bit closer at the town you're building. It's very easy in Anno just to look away and to be very managerial. But if you go a bit closer, you will actually see quite some nice things. And I guess these are the
I wish I'd
animals
goose
that
for
we
your
should be
kindness.
picking up. There we go, we did it. And we got 20 wood, which is very, very nice. Because that helps us to continue to build more houses. Let's do this.
Attention,
I will actually
Admiral.
take my ship and I will go again to Sir Archibald Blake for more timber. I cannot have enough timber, that's one thing that's for sure. There we go. And what we see here
I got my family.
is that we do not have sufficient fish.
I appreciate that. Really, I do.
That doesn't seem right to me. Because we made some fisheries and we have 48 in store, so that should resolve itself. And actually, in the meantime, we have filled all their needs, and that means we can actually go for workers.
Your workers understand the need to work.
It costs 4 woods per house to upgrade, so that's quite a lot. But we now have the first
reach a
workers
new
in
milestone.
our town. And they have new needs and new things that make them happy. So Schnapps and the pup they also want. But in addition to
Honest
these
work,
basic
that's all we
needs,
ask.
they want sausages and later bread, soap and a school. So we're going to plan for our sausages. I'm just thinking where I should be putting those. So sausages means pigs and slaughterhouses. What I will do... let me make some decisions here and then I will get back to you. So what I've done here is I've created some of these pig farms. I'm gonna upgrade one fully. And then slaughterhouses. And the problem is here that for the slaughterhouse we actually need bricks, and I haven't started to produce those yet. So we're going to click this button to go to one of our brick deposits, and actually this one is closer by. So that's good. Let's connect. And let's build a brick workshop. And we will need 2 brick factories as well. We're gonna put a warehouse next to it. And that will help us to start producing the needed bricks for further developments. We actually need 80 workers to sustain that workload, which means we will upgrade some more houses. So now we have 20 left that we need to supply. So that's one of the next things we will do when more wood comes in.
Stand to attention for the boss.
Yes, stand to attention for the boss. I'm here.
We've only a skeletal work gang.
Yes, you need more workers, I'm aware. And I will make sure you get some.
That just is awaiting instructions.
In the meantime, we're buying more wood here to accelerate our growth. We're doing pretty okay on the money side, so coins are still going down even though our balance is positive. That's of course because we are investing massively in our infrastructure at this very moment. And we actually do have sufficient workers now to start bricking away. Let's brick this thing.
A competitor raised a settlement.
I do see that my competitors are starting to expand
broke
into
out.
other places. And we actually see that now also steel beams are for sale here. So that's very good news, because that will help us to also start settling. We are not waiting for our own steel beam production to be up. We're instead going to buy some steel beams with dear Sir Archibald Blake and build from there. I am going to also increase my work production because I really wanted to scale. So I'm gonna place more of those here. So that will help us to go faster. We have our first 5 bricks. So that's slaughterhouse number 1. We also will enable the second big farm. And I also want to go a bit faster with the bricks, which I can absolutely do. We have a second clay deposit here. So I'm going to go towards it. I'm gonna build another clay pit, and of course this also means that I should be upgrading more workers, but I'm waiting for wood. This is a bit of a pity that we're right next to the wall. So we need more workers. And our city is on fire. This is bad. This is really bad. For some reason I didn't notice that there's a massive fire in my city. It's actually going everywhere. And I forgot to build firemen. So there is a fire station that we can use to make sure it goes out, but that's a lot of fire already. So I'm actually gonna go a bit over the top. And I'm going to build a second one. I'm gonna do that here. There we go. And that should cover now everything fire-wise. But I will have to wait a little bit more for the fire brigade to actually be trained. So we are in a very bad space right now. I will build some more wooden houses, which is a bad idea when all the wooden houses are on fire. But there we go. We're not gonna panic in this moment of panicness. We're actually growing a bit further. And we are a port town now. Quaint port town. Nice enough while still remaining deeply weird. That's actually nice. Can I... I have now one fire brigade up and running. The other one is still training. And in about 44 minutes I will be able to bring more people in. So I see they're working quite well on putting the fire out. And in the meantime I'm of course going to continue working on my city. This 27 wood is very good for me. And I will go straight back to Archibald Blake. I'm hoping that by the time I arrive we have 8 steel beams here, because that's the amount of steel beams we need to actually settle a new city. And we are going to recover here these things that went out. We cannot fix this one yet because it's very close to the fire that's still being worked on. But I guess we have fixed it here, which is good. We have a very nice.
Anything really. Imagine it, and we can do it.
You can do it? Okay. We have a first edition
The fire
of our
left
paper, and
ruins
we
behind.
actually want to help ourselves a bit with earning more money. So we're gonna invest 25.
We will all be absolutely behind you.
We will invest 25 influence to get more money.
I cannot thank
And we're
you
gonna
enough for
publish
saving
it
our
like this.
Publishing house, of course.
There
You
we
know
go.
what's best.
Propaganda. Let's go, propaganda.
You appall me.
He doesn't like that, which doesn't help, because he was our best friend. And I would like to flatter him some
Seems
more
I've struck
to
lucky.
make good on that. I'm gonna flatter the other ones as well,
Hard as marble.
and that didn't work out too well.
It would have been absurdly easy to have made myself rich, plucking teeth for the Queen and Count.
We're gonna stay away from Harlow for now. The upgrade button is pretty amazing if you play like this. So you have everything already planned out. Whatever you need is in here already. Of course, these grayed out buildings do not actually exist yet, but you're planning for them. And then you can work as you please with the upgrade button to spend the resources as they come in. And that means, of course, now that we have a lot more wood, that we can make a lot of workers. And then we're gonna use the copy button to copy this entire row and put it on the other side. So this is how we grow, and this is how we keep growing. Okay, we have now some workers, and that of course means that there are new things that we can be doing. One thing I want to do is
Every street corner in no time.
a special edition of the Anno Chronicles. Silos are unlocked, and that is a very good thing for us, because we actually, as you remember,
I
kept
know
some
this,
spaces
but
here.
I've a favour to ask.
She has a favor to ask. Okay, let's go. And she is actually asking me to start investing into building silos to ramp up our production, which we might as well do. But I'm first going to trade here with Sir Archibald Blake. And we actually have the 8 things we need. I'm actually going to also buy the brick. So we are fully loaded. And we will go to the island that's straight across. Because that is very strategically placed. We have a very short transit time here. It's easy to protect this narrow strait in a war situation. And at this one we have our red pepper fertility and our grape fertility. And some nice deposits as well that will really help us to scale. And actually we can look at it as being one large island, of course. Okay, I will also take on this quest. And we're going to look for fighters and take a picture of them. So here they are. Let's zoom into them. They are fighting each other. And we're going to take a picture. There we go. Of our beautiful city. We're gonna submit it.
A little love is all we ever want.
And that gives us 20 soap. That's very nice, because that will already start to make these people happy.
I need something to
So
blunt
this
my rage on.
is starting to get filled, even though we did not build anything for it yet. And what I want to look into first, or next, is this soap then actually. Let's do it like that. Let's we have here this for our sausages, but we're actually going to look into soap, and that will mean we need more
My
pig
folks were
farms.
farmers. Stink of manure or stink of grease makes no odds, as long as you're paid.
Do I actually need to copy this? That's a question I need to ask myself. Because if I use the silos, the production will double. And that will actually maybe be enough to also supply here the soap rendering work, so I'm gonna do it like that. I will create, so these, let me do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These two will feed all of those. And then the other 4 will feed all of those. And they fit rather nicely. We will add another and then that should feed into 4 of those, 4 soap factories. There we go. So this is one unit that will deliver us the soap we need, and also the sausages we need. So I am going to upgrade one more. And our rendering works actually need steel beams. I'm not gonna use the steel beams that I have here, because settling this island is strategically much more important for me. But it does mean that I will have to start working on iron smelters. And we actually have iron deposits
If you
here.
don't make a change, most often no one will.
George Smith offers us a pickup quest.
Seems we hold the same perspective.
Okay. Not a problem. I will do your quest after I have settled this island, of course.
City has grown more beautiful.
So he's asking us to go right here. And we will, of course, keep upgrading our town in the meantime, because we're actually running into some workforce issues here with all the things we have upgraded. It is important to grow even more. And we're in need of farmers at this very moment. So there we go. That should add some farmers as we please. And I'm gonna take this entire thing now. I'm going to copy paste it like so. So building a city is really has never been more of a breeze.
Yet another crook-fingered wretch.
Flagship awaiting instructions.
So I can either rescue 3 prisoners or 1 priest. Let's see. That's 1 prisoner, that's 2 prisoners.
On our way.
I guess that's 3 prisoners.
Coordinates plotted.
Do I want to also pick up the priest? No, we already picked up 3 prisoners. And we're gonna give it back to the smith person. Don't forget to flatter whenever it actually will please them. Medium low is not good enough, medium high is, so that's helping. And as I was saying, we need to look into scaling our workforce on the one hand, but also building mines. This is 1 mine that we will use, and we will put a warehouse next to it. We're also gonna put a fire station next to it, because they tend to explode sometimes. And that will help us to keep it nice and
Don't just
steady.
sit there. Hand it in.
Your hard work is paid off, as hard work always does.
And then we want to create a place somewhere where we can actually build some industry. So this is a countryside. Here will be our city. So maybe this should be our industrial district. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. And in our industrial district, let us maybe build an area where we shall produce these beams. Charcoal kiln is needed. I'm gonna put them right here. That's one of them. That's a second one.
Look sharp, the governor's here.
He will arrive right here, that's okay. And if you are looking to scale or create a production chain, you can actually work with the numbers here. So we see here that it takes 15 seconds to get 1 iron, so that's 4 every minute. Here it's 30 seconds, so that's only 2 every minute. So to be equal, we need 1 mine and 2 charcoal kilns to make sure we have all of that covered. The furnace here is every 30 seconds, so that means 2 of them will produce everything these 2 guys can give us. And then this is 45 seconds, so we will need 3 of those to get to that average of 1 iron beam every 15 seconds. The pace is set here by the 1 iron mine, and all the other ones have to be balanced to actually fit really nicely. So we're going to put 2 of those here. We're gonna put 3 of those here. And we will put 1 of those. And of course also here there is explosion danger. So we're gonna put 1 of those here. I'm going to upgrade these ones first, because they actually can start producing already. And then we have almost sufficient for all of these, but we need of course a massive amount of workforce to work in the factories. I'm going to need much more wood to get to that level. So this was it then, our first episode in the Anno 1800 Let's Play. During this episode we started building a quite nice city already. We have farmers, we have workers, we do have our bricks up, we have started to look into production of steel beams, and we have of course settled or started to the first steps in settling the second island. So that was nice for a first start. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time in episode number 2 when we try to upgrade these workers from workers to artisans, which of course means we will need to make them happier and give additional resources. Thanks for watching. This was Bytas Raktai, and see you next time.